What's up, guys? Ryan, also known as Florida Gator News here with my Alabama-Florida postgame. Um, well, I went to the game, 5-hour drive from Tallahassee to Hoover, Alabama, which is where I stayed. Got up at 8 o'clock in the morning, Central Time. Drove an hour to Tuscaloosa and tailgated all the way till 7 o'clock Central Time. Well, that tailgating got me fired up. As the game time came closer and closer, Ryan, I got more nervous and nervous about the game. I finally got to my seats after all the climbing into the end zone, upper deck, and finally made it for what would be sure to be an ugly game for Florida. Now, obviously, if you watch the game, it was all Alabama. I mean, Florida did have that very good first drive. They moved the ball down the field. They were responding to Alabama's first drive, which ended up in a field goal. Get it all the way down to the goal line, in between about the 3 and the actual pylon. It took us one down, didn't make it. Second and goal, almost made it. Everybody said that Trey Burton did get it to the end zone. I could not tell because I could not really see from up there. Third try did not get in. Fourth and goal, we stick a freshman quarterback to do a jump pass against one of the best defenses in the country on 4th and goal. Now, this is not even his signature play. I did not like this call at all, as a matter of fact. I mean, that's the only time Florida moved the ball in the first half. Alabama did great. And all the props to them. If any of you guys are Alabama fans here, I like the campus. I like the stadium. Most of your fans are really classy, really nice, and they didn't really get any smack talk, really. Usually a lot of people are coming by and say, how do you like the campus, guys? Oh, they were really nice. Alabama fans were, until the drunk college kids game, which is a whole nother story. But anyway, back to the game. Florida, somehow at the end of the game, even though it does not seem like it at all, we had more total yards, more time of possession, less penalties, more passing yards, I believe less rushing yards. Basically, it led in every single stat except for red zone percentage. Florida was like 2 for 5, 2 turnovers. They probably only done that 4 times and actually got a field goal once. Obviously, when you have a young team like that traveling to a pretty hostile environment against the #1 team in the country, yeah, you're gonna get shaken up. That was the Alabama needed that Alabama team to show up. Obviously, Arkansas. That team was a little different, and they stepped it up at practice, and obviously they improved a lot. McElroy had a fantastic day. I mean, he gets the job done. I'm not gonna say he's Heisman type quarterback. He is the running game against Florida. Actually, they barely got 100 yards on us. Mark Ingram didn't have 50 yards, but he did have 2 touchdowns. And it really helps when your defense steps up and makes stops and you get good field position. McElroy was almost perfect. He needed to do what the team asked him, which was, hey, a running game, it's a little down. Mark Ingram's only got barely double digits from a first half perspective. You need to go out there and you need to drive us the ball down the field. And he did just that. Not only did he do that, he almost did it perfectly. Every time it was third down for them, he executed. And he came to the team when they needed him most, and he performed outstanding against Florida. I congratulate him on that. One thing I was not impressed with was Florida and the secondary, really. And more importantly, the offensive defensive line. The offensive line actually did all right. They did not give any running room for the stupid delayed handoffs that Steve Adazio thinks works, and all that other stuff. He might be the worst offensive coordinator. I will not get into that right now because I'll get all fired up doing that. But so yeah, basically, the offensive line did not give the running backs any true running room, and did not get enough time for John Brantley to find an open receiver, since the Alabama secondary really improved from. I shouldn't say really improved. They went from good to great, and stepping it up. Brantley did not do well. Also throwing 2 picks. That's not good either. Obviously, turnovers was the big thing in this game. 1 pick by Burton, which was on the 4th and goal, jump pass. 2 interceptions by Brantley, 1 taken back to the house, and the other one was a fumble confusion between the running back and Brantley. Fumbling it on the half-yard line, and it's another red zone turnover. The red zone absolutely destroyed Florida. I mean, they would move the ball, and they would be clicking and be in a smooth rhythm, and then once they got into that 20-yard line, that little double red painted 20, they seemed, shit bricks. It's like somebody put like a voodoo hex on them. It reminded me of last year when Mississippi State played Florida, and Florida threw 2 picks in the red zone. It's just not really Florida's strong skill is the red zone. We didn't even score a touchdown. Obviously, being on the half-yard line twice, turning the ball over twice does not help on that. I did stay the whole game. I don't really care on how bad or how close the game is. If your team's winning really badly, if your team's losing really badly, I will stay the whole game. I stayed the whole game Saturday. I stayed the whole game when we got killed in the SEC championship. It just does not. A true fan to me is the people that stay the whole game, no matter how badly their team is winning or losing, how bad their record is, how good their record is. A true fan is not somebody that leaves. A true fan is somebody that stays the whole game. And there are a lot of true Alabama fans out there. They dedicate a lot to their team. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic. So sum it all up, Alabama did really well. I believe this was a mini test for South Carolina. Florida's, to me, is a little better than South Carolina, but obviously they're going to have to play South Carolina at South Carolina, and that, my friends, is a very big environment. It is loud there. The fans are absolutely crazy. It almost reminds me of LSU. And obviously Florida's taking on LSU, and I kind of have a bad feeling about that game as well. As long as the offensive line and defensive line can step up, obviously the defensive line cannot get any pressure on McElroy, so congrats to the Alabama O-line. I think Florida could secure a win versus LSU. Alright, so that was my post-game talk about the Alabama-Florida game. I did get off track a couple times, but that is all. Congrats to Alabama. Honestly, it's probably one of the friendliest road games I've been to in a while. So thanks for the hospitality, and it's just could have been a lot more better with the win, obviously. Alright, guys, this is Ryan. I am out. Peace.